Hello, my pretties. Welcome back to another episode of Shadows and Praise, which is episode 235. And today we are going to be reviewing a movie from 1997. Yes, today we're going to be reviewing this movie that is now 25 years old, and it's going to be turning 26 years old by March of this year. And this movie we're going to be reviewing today is called Cats Don't Dance. Now, most of us who grew up in the 90s and early 2000s may have remembered watching this movie, like whenever it's on VHS or something as a kid. So, anyway, we're going to get started with this, this movie. Now, this is basically a good, movie from the 90s. So, with that being said, this was directed by Mark Dentel. And this one was distributed by Warner Bros. Under its Warner Bros. Family Entertainment label, similar to how the MGM films at the time. So, despite this being a box office bomb, it was due to the lack of marketing promotion. It generally received positive reviews and praise for its animation, humor, voice performances, and musical numbers. So today I'm going to go ahead and, explain what the movie is about, especially for those who haven't watched the movie in a long time, or for those who have not seen it or whatever like that. So I guess we should get started with this. Now, basically, with that being said, let's get started. So now this movie basically takes place in the 1930s. We're in a world where humans and anthropomorphic animals coexist. Danny, who is an optimistic 18-year-old cat from Kokomo, Indiana, travels to Hollywood in hopes of starting an acting career there. After meeting a young penguin named Pudge, Danny is selected by Ancient Farley Wink to feature in a film that is in production in Man of Myth Pictures called Little Archangel. Alongside with Wink's secretary, a beautiful yet cynical female white cat named Sawyer, upon joining fellow animals Tilly the hippo, Cranston the goat, Francis the fish, and T.W. the tortoise, Danny is dismayed on how minor his role was and tries to weasel his way into the more in the spotlight. However, Danny unwillingly ends up angering Darla Dimple, a popular yet spoiled actor's child. The star of the film, she promptly resigns her 36-foot-tall Frankenstein-like gorilla butler Max to indicate Danny into no longer trying to enlarge his part. So Danny learns from the studio's mascot Wooly that the human actors are normally given more important roles than animals, whereas the animals themselves end up getting minor and often thankless roles to the point of having little to no leverage in show business. Longing for the spotlight, Danny tries to make up a plan that will encourage the humans to provide the animal actors with better scenarios, such as Danny's ideas include assembling a massive cluster of animals, putting on a musical performance for the humans. Later, Danny is given advice by Darla on how to interest and satisfy the audience. He then takes this information to heart and groups the animals for an audition on the Ark, hoping to attract the humans' attention. However, Darla, fearing that the animals will jeopardize her spotlight, has Max to help her flood the stage with 100,000 gallons of water, while L.B. Mammoth, the head mammoth of Mammoth Pictures, and filling against the film director, are given an interview, getting the animals blamed and dismissed their collateral damage. The animals are depressed and they're being barred from acting in Mammoth Pictures, especially Danny, who was convinced Darla that she was trying to help the animals. Willie advises Danny to return to Komoko, but later that night, everyone at dinner is upset with Danny for ruining everything for them. While Sawyer sings a song about Danny trying to help keep their dreams alive, overhearing Sawyer singing, Tilly suggests that Sawyer follow Danny. And Sawyer arrives at the bus stop just seconds after Danny left, finding his hat and his to-do list behind. However, after a comment from the bus driver seeing Pudge wander the streets, Danny then stops the bus and then comes up with another plan. He secretly invites Sawyer, Wooly, Tilly, Cranston, Francis, and T.W. to the premiere of Little Archangel. After the screaming battle with Max that sends Max flying away with Darla Dimple Balloon, Danny then calls the audience attention, only to not be mocked by Darlia. However, bringing Sawyer and the others backstage to help him, and Pudge after convincing them not to give up on their dreams, no matter what the humans have to say or done. The 8 animals have put on a musical performance that entertains and impresses the viewers. Meanwhile, Darla tries to sabotage the show by tampering with the set and special effects equipment, but her attempts instead cause her enhance the performance. So Darla furiously yells at the animals for fooling her plan, but when her voice is amplified over the feeder's sound system due to a boom mic that she had been tangled up with, unintentionally revealing the truth about the incident to the audience, including LB and Flanagan, Darla tries to hide her true colors by kissing and hugging Danny, but Pudge sends her down with the trap door, and the animals achieve their dreams for larger roles, and that includes Danny and Sawyer admitting their feelings for each other, and Darla is demoted to a janitor, and thus the movie ends. What a really great story. I honestly really thought this one was a pretty good story for what this movie is, especially with the actress. Like, the acting was pretty good. And I mean, this film was somewhat launched back in 1993 as a vehicle for Michael Jackson, who would produce and star, but it would have been a hybrid live-action CGI film. But back then, in 1994, Jackson has ceased to be involved in the film. In its earlier stages, the film is considered less anthropomorphic stray cats live among sets and studio blacklots, to the point where David Shire and Richard Maltba Jr. composed the songs for the film before Randy Newman was aired. So they went through a lot of work and process about how they need to write the film and the development for it and all. But I definitely gotta really say right now that the songs of this is just flat out amazing, especially with the concept of this movie. Although it's been released on VHS and DVD, lots of people really enjoyed this film. I mean, I really thought this was a pretty good film for what this is, especially with the concept and, it's a pretty good movie, especially from the 90s. I mean, I really do wish that they released like a sequel to this movie, because it would have been awesome to see a sequel to this movie. I mean, the concept of, Danny trying to achieve his dreams, while Darla, just getting angry, saying that she didn't like the idea. However, though, the concept of it of its own self is a really amazing movie, especially with, the concept of this movie. Like, I really liked how it was well written. I like how the animals were, animated and designed. I mean, I personally thought it was a really cute movie. I mean, yeah, it was cute at times, although there were some times that I just want to slap the crap out of Darla, because she's like a brat in it. But I mean, she was just a good brat for all the right reasons, especially with given the concept art of who she was and that. I mean, wow, I mean, if her parents were there, I mean, her parents wouldn't be happy, but with that being said, this is actually still a pretty good movie for what it is. I personally thought it was really well made in detail, and I personally really liked the movie. So, I mean, it's a pretty good concept for the movie, especially for, the 90s. I mean, I do tend to repeat myself, and that's been something that I've been having issue with, and I still am, but, not really much you can do about it when you're autistic. But anyway, with that being said, I personally enjoyed this movie, although I haven't really watched this movie in like a long time, but it's a pretty cute movie. I mean, I like the characters, I love the style of the animation. It's pretty well made. Just like with all other movies from the 90s that did a pretty good job, this is definitely one of them that I personally really thought it was a really neat movie. Now, anyway, most of you guys who probably watched this movie as a kid will probably remember how good this movie really is back in the 90s. I mean, I still like it today. Even though it's like old, but it's still personally a really good movie for all ages. And I recommend you guys take a look at this movie if you haven't. I mean, the music's amazing. You're not going to be disappointed. I can guarantee you that. You will not be disappointed at all when you watch this movie. Well, I guess I think that's all I have to really say, but if I'm missing something, feel free to let me know in the comments below, because I personally would like to think what you guys think. So anyways, with that being said and that being the case, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is well, that's not a creepypasta, but a movie. If you want to let me know what your thoughts on the movie in the comments below, feel free to do so, because I personally would like to hear what you guys all think. So, I guess with that being said and that being the case, yeah, what did you guys personally think of this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make the movie a lot better. Feel free to leave me what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you're brand new here to my channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, see you all next time.